Folks, this right here is Millennia. This is a game made by Cprompt and published by Paradox. When the Steam Next Fest comes up, you will be able to play this game in a demo version and at least get to age 3. So I think there's like a million ages in this, and age 3 is where you can play to and you can repeat that as much as you want. Now a question that comes up with this game in particular quite a lot is, should I be playing this? Is this not just a Civ clone? And, well, here's my answer. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the biggest disappointment that most people had when they were watching footage was the visuals. And it doesn't really get any better. This just is not really a pretty game. But I can tell you that the mechanics and the UI is actually quite impeccable in terms of usability. So from that point of view, if you want to learn a new 4X game, if you want to learn some mechanics that you don't really see anywhere else, then you should definitely at least give it a shot, despite it not being that pretty. Today I would like to do the impossible and win the game within the time frame of the demo. I have trust in my abilities that I can get it done, and of course while I do it I will explain a couple of details and how we do it as well. Now we're not going to cheat, we're not going to make it so that there's only one AI or something, no. The only thing that I need is the fact that this is Pangea, so that everybody is on one continent, but other than that it will be normal settings. Let's jump in. Alright, so here we are. We have rolled the Aztecs, and of course I've given myself the starting bonus. You can do this randomly, you can give yourself a particular one. In this case, we have gotten some extra warfare XP, which is just 5 points. It's not that big, it's not that significant, but I hope that it can really edge it out, because we will only have, if I recall correctly here, 60 turns to make this work. And as things stand, we are pretty far away from where we need to be. So my plan here basically is to very quickly destroy all of our opponents. What you have to realize about this game is that the age mechanic really makes things really just different as you keep playing. In Civilization 6, for example, I often find myself at around turn 130 or maybe turn 200, and I think to myself, oh my god, I know exactly what my next 50 or maybe even 100 turns are, because I am just gunning for my victory, and it's all the same once you have everything set in place. In this game, since the ages differ, since we are potentially not moving into whatever age I'm aiming for, I constantly have to adjust. This is what made it so that I put a pretty formidable amount of hours in this pre-release version into the game. Today, I want to go for one particular age, and that is the Age of Blood. I mean, you guessed it. What it does is that we will be much more successful and have a much better time at conquering everybody around us, and that is what you need to do if you want to win the game before you even, get electricity or any of that nonsense. Now, the first tech that I want to go for is scouting, because we will be getting another unit here, the scout, and we will be able to use through deep forest terrain. This is important because I, as soon as possible, need to find other players. The sooner I do it, the earlier will I be able to start my massacre. I normally would go for farming here, but we have at the very least one spot where we can do a hunting improvement. You're going to see how that works in just a second when we get to it. Just know that for the time being, we have a pretty good starting condition. This will allow me to get some money, to get some food. This right here will allow me to have a normal farm, and then this of course will be the very first hunting lodge that is just cheaper than anything else. Now the next step here is pretty obvious, I think. We're just going to move around and hopefully find our opponents, or at least somebody. This right here, for example, is a tribal camp. It's going to give us some type of benefit. I hope that it's maybe going to give me some domain power here in warfare, maybe some government power. Government is amazing, trust me, but whatever it is, it's always a positive thing. Obviously, there are also other players, free cities and barbarians. So if you've played any other 4X, then you will recognize these items. Oh, and we were actually attacked by barbarians here, and that's actually surprisingly maybe a really good thing, because every time we do have a fight, every unit of ours that participates in that fight will be generating warfare XP. You definitely want to keep that in mind, because that warfare XP is going to excel us into heaven. I am just going to go ahead and ignore this barbarian. By the way, they do have actual tooltips into tooltips here. I love it, it's so nice. I'm gonna ignore them because they will just keep attacking me, I will generate XP, and all the same, I can just explore further. Right, they want to give me warfare XP or a warband. I think the warband is going to be worth more warfare XP long term, just because we are in a position where we can use it over and over again. If I attack here, that's not too great an idea. I think I'm just going to attack you right now to finish you and see what is going on in the south. Now this, by the way, like I said, it just doesn't get any prettier. I don't know what to say. Oh, and check that out. We have the borders of a free city. For the time being, by the way, I will ignore this barbarian camp. The more they spawn, the more I can fight them and the more XP we get. This city right here is behind a desert, which makes it really nasty to traverse into, but this city is really great because it means that I can very easily either turn them with diplomacy or via a battle. We're gonna, of course, get to that when we do. Now the good news is, and this is standard, I didn't do anything special, after about 3 turns in this game, you will be able to unlock your very first tribal reform. The way you have to imagine this is that every category of domain power, we have for starters right now only government and warfare, but there are many others. And for them, every now and again in different eras, you will be able to choose a particular tradition. I think that's what it's called, or is it just research? Honestly, I'm not sure. These can give you significant boosts if you're willing to pay that currency. This means that long term, obviously, if we take for example a look at our buildings right here, you will want to build up the town center to gain more government XP that you can then spend and of course benefit from that. Other than that, the lookout here right now would give us exploration XP that we can also, of course, you guessed it, spend. This right here is cool. Gives us +1 food, makes it so that we now grow at a 200% rate, that is the maximum rate that you can ever reach, making it so that we will very soon pick up another worker and so on. Everything in this game, especially in the early game, is basically geared around the idea of building up your cities as fast as possible. And you do that by getting enough food, by getting enough living space, and so on. You know, the economy in this game is pretty damn complex, because the way it really works is that so many different factors, the further you go, of course, actually go into building up your city, and vice versa in your rival city. Actually, taking down one of your locations that provides a vital service to the region will completely annihilate that region. We're not really getting lucky, there doesn't seem to be anything, but we did now build our very first scout horse. Oh, and this is nice. So this scout cavalry can actually basically discover this and make it so that we also get some bonus. It's mostly exploration XP, so not too exciting, but it's better than nothing. Alright, and now we can use our very first cultural power. Create Town makes it so that this can grow beyond level 5, so 5 inhabitants. Local reforms makes it so that they produce more things. I don't think it's that important right now. We got Eureka, that gives us a science boost, and raise an army. Honestly, I think we're gonna raise an army. I'm not so sure about this right now, because we don't technically need these troops. I'm just gonna say Eureka, let's speed ahead with our science right here. Scouting is done, giving us another unit of scout cavalry. And I think after that, I really want to move towards workers. This will make it so that we will get improvement points and we can build clay pits as an improvement around our city, making it so that our city will be better at producing units, and trust me, that's basically what our city is going to be good for. Now for the next building, I think I want to go with the town center because the government XP is going to be very useful. Alternatively, the scout cavalry really calls to me, but I'm gonna go with the safe option. Alright, let's discover this natural wonder. Ooh, and check this out. We have barbarians on a friendly tribal camp. I hope that I can claim the benefits there, but we shall see. Alright, and that is our first landmark. It gives us combat XP, exploration XP, and discovered landmarks, which is important for a later step into a different era, but not gonna be relevant for us to begin with. Ooh, another barbarian camp in the west. Okay, we are kind of surrounded here. Oh yeah, okay, so there's another barbarian camp right up there. That leaves us at 3 barbarian camps immediately surrounding us, making it so that if we advance relatively quickly into the Age of Bronze, we will be in a position where I can destroy them, get infinite warfare XP and blob from there. This is threatening, but I think it's also going to be a huge opportunity for us. Oh, and what did we find here? Strange designs. The machines and tools used in this village are unlike any other. They serve the same purposes, but are designed with complete unique ideas. I'm gonna take the knowledge here. Listen, I want to tech rush for the time being. Improvement points is obviously great to build up a city, but I'm not in it for the long run, right? I need to close this out as soon as possible. So the next step here, I think, is... that's a tough one. Defenses are nice because archers are so damn strong to take down anything running amok in the barbarian camps. You know, they are behind walls, you need archers, and so on. But farming, I don't know. I'm gonna take defenses here. It gives us a free archer. It should be worth it. And now on top of that, I'm gonna pick up the hunting camp, because this hunting camp can now be worked on as we have 2 citizens. So they're working this tile and that tile, giving us more and more food. Once we have 12 improvement points, I think we're gonna be building... Oh, right, we don't know what farming is. I almost forgot. I think we might be building a clay pit just for the additional improvement points, right? The more we're generating there, the better it will be. I could be picking up this government domain power right here that lets me create a warband in exchange for government XP, but I think both of these are just much more powerful. I mean, knowledge and improvement points really catapults us ahead here. Ooh, and our scout is being attacked and losing, but we found a new city. That is pretty neat. If I wade across this river, we should recover some health, and most importantly, we will get a defensive bonus from being in the forest, and I think also across a river. Maybe I can withstand these barbarians. We're gonna see it. I definitely don't want to miss out on this right here, so I'm gonna take the fight. Oh, that is so big. Government XP. Thank you. This right here allows me in just one turn to pick up this +1 knowledge, which means we get more knowledge earlier, are quicker researching. You get the drill. It's nice that they're here, but I will have to wipe every single one of them. And yeah, look at that. Just like I said, our weakest scout unit gets a +68% in defense because we're in the forest. I'm gonna keep waiting because I don't really... Can I wipe you? No, okay, we would lose this. I'm just gonna keep waiting. We're gonna eat the damage. It's completely fine. And then next turn we can move in here and collect the bonus. Very cool. Oh, dude. I forgot to reinforce this horse right here and it still withstood because of the forest. Right. Now this horse is pretty cool. Scout Cavalry has two very important abilities. It's able to heal itself if you pay the exploration, and it is able to literally just zip back to your friendliest, to your closest friendly settlement. I'm gonna use neither of these. I'm just gonna collect this. Oh, archer. Having two archers is a huge get. Now, I do think I'm gonna heal our horse here because, I mean, why wouldn't I? But now at this point, I think I want to basically pull down at least, you know, a couple of my units. We are now in a position where in just 7 turns, I can get to the Age of Bronze. And this is really big because starting with the Age of Bronze, a lot more opportunities will open up to us, just believe me. With that being said though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and... the big question is, do we do a forester here? You can also do it right here, of course. Do we do a forester here that generates 2 production, or do we do a clay pit right here for 1 production and 1 improvement point? I think I prefer the forester for the time being. I do also think that it gets rid of 1 food production, putting us, you know, a bit behind the curve here. But again, it's fine. I just really want to generate this building to get more government XP. Oh, and look who I found. It is the Egyptians to our north. This is a really awful start entirely because there's so much forest, so many hills, so many mountains next to us that actually going to our enemies is gonna take more turns than I would like it to. The Egyptians, here they are. They are also still in the Age of Stone. Obviously, they haven't done anything else. We don't have any hostilities and we're slightly stronger than them. Oh, but they have plus tactics, which means defeating them if they have a leader in their army is gonna be a bit more difficult. We don't know where they are yet, so I can't even send an envoy. I'm just gonna pull all of my units down here, which, as you can see, is gonna take an eternity, but I want to attack this camp first. Now, if we hover over this, we can see that I'm the very first one to come into the Age of Bronze. This is really important. Unless you are the... Oh, and we can see their borders. Very cool. Unless you are the first one to enter an age, whoever comes first instead of you will lock in the type of age it is. As you can see right here, we only have 1 age to move into. It doesn't really matter, except this does say that I'm ahead. But in the future, when we are going for one particular age, this really will matter. If you come last, you will not be determining the future. It can be worth it if you're doing more important stuff than getting research, but it is a gamble. And oh my god, it's just, there's nothing over here. I sent all of these units to find absolutely nothing. I'm telling you this straight up. This is an unfortunate map for the time being. Yeah, you can see. So basically, here is where their actual city is, and they've already founded a proper town that allows them to expand their territory, that allows them to expand their city, and also potentially can defend against us. I didn't do any of that because... well, I'm gonna conquer, not build. Yeah, and there it is. They already have an actual fortress right here, palisade walls. You can see it right there in the tooltip. They have city militia ×3. They got, of course, their own defensive units. This is a scout cavalry and a warband. And there we go. We made it into the Age of Bronze. The Aztecs, that's us, did it first, and that means we now have all of these things. The others that aren't in this age yet don't have it, but they will get to any of this once they unlock it themselves. Now, barbarian warlords may appear, vassal integrate 2 times faster, new national spirits unlocked, and so on. Ooh, this is a defining age for us, because now, you can see right here, we can pick a national spirit. And I talked about this before, that similar to the tribal domain technology right here, right, you can choose technologies for the different domain powers. You can do this in age 2, 4, 6, and what is that, 8, right. We could go for something peace-loving. I love mound builders, really makes it so that you can build up, that you have a much easier time maintaining a city, hygiene and so on. And we could go with Olympians, that just spits out, you know, a couple of benefits every now and again. I also really like ancient seafarers, but we're gonna go for raiders. I mean, come on, this is warfare, there's nothing else going on. This stuff is amazing. The way this tree works is essentially the Hastine CK3 experience. Every time you unlock one of these new powers, you will spawn 2 Raider Band units that are super agile, that are super strong, and that only get buffed as we go deeper into this tree. All the units that we currently have are trash units. I have them essentially entirely so that I can waste them in combat that generates XP and lets me get more Raider Bands. What we really want to go for is essentially, I think it is this right here. This makes it free for Raider Bands to exist. This gives me +1 Warfare XP from combat per unit, so it doubles the Warfare XP that I get from combat. And then this right here, 20% health gained from victory. Oh my god, it is so goddamn strong. Let's take a look at what's going on down there. Obviously nothing, don't worry about it. Now's the time where I will just literally go, I'm gonna start attacking barbarian camps because I need the income. Now you can see right here, these camps, they have these walls and they're very annoying because that means my melee unit is basically useless, except we brought archers so we can wound this guy before we ever tear down these walls. This is really beneficial in the early game attack because if you just have melee units, they all hit the wall and this guy can just harass you for no cost. Obviously, that's not what you want to do. Oh, the Swedes. We have found the Swedish. Where did you come from? It must be from like up here, right? Huh. Okay, but let's check this out. This is the Age of Bronze, and there are a couple of really important technologies depending on what you go for. I personally, with what we are doing, desperately need discipline. Discipline will allow me to have 1 more unit in my army, which then makes it so that this army can attack with more units in one go. Makes sense. This right here is reinforcement, a domain power where I spend warfare XP to just give my units more health. It's so damn good because it revitalizes them entirely. Officials is amazing if you go for diplomacy, if you want to win over a city-state and so on. But I'm not sure that we have the privilege to choose officials today because we're so far away from other civilizations that I might have to kill the city-states to generate the points that we need. The points right here. The Age of Blood is where we want to go. Other nation units killed in battle is greater or equal to 6. The way it measures this is actually entirely based on non-barbarians killed. And well, if I take down city-states, we will be able to go into the age where I can completely ravage the world. So, I need bigger armies, I need better armies, I need more army XP, and then we're heading into the Age of Blood. So far, I'm mostly distraught that I haven't found most, or, well, we found 2 different nations, right? Sweden and Egypt, that is it. I need to find more, because once we do, I can actually start rolling them up. We are in a good position, but, well, it's already turned 17. We gotta get going. So I'm gonna be very convenient here now, and I'm gonna say, okay, I got an Egyptian wounded unit in front of me. I will declare hostilities, so that I can hopefully kill you and get the points for destroying you. Yes, there you go. Blood Age. The crisis has 1 out of 6. Now do keep in mind here, if we are not the first one to advance past the Age of Bronze, even if we have the Age of Blood Age actually locked in, we're not gonna get into the Blood Age. Whoever gets first into the new era determines what era it will be for everybody. Really important because that means I do need to further tech rush. Anyway, let's take a look at this right here. Let's attack them again, maybe even completely eviscerating them. The fortress still stands, but the people inside are dead. Interesting. You can see we are amassing warfare XP as well as we are fighting. Basically, every fight is now worth taking. The more units of mine are participating, the better. Alright, so we now unlock the most important one. This right here makes it so that we get more warfare XP from combat per unit. Selecting this makes it so that I can now blob even faster and even better. Plus, it gives us these raiders. And just look at how far they can go. Oh my god. I love them so much. They're now immediately available right here. Whenever we unlock discipline, I can shift them into the army and so on. This is the very first of many spammed raiders. You better believe it. All right, and just like that, we've taken this barbarian camp. Oh my god, a catapult seems so interesting. It does seem way better than this, doesn't it? I'm gonna not spawn the catapult. The risk that we run if I spawn it is that I generate chaos. There are 2 currencies right here. It is this one. This is innovation, and it's really good. You will get a positive event depending on your domain power if you fill this innovation bar. You will get a negative one, and they can be massively negative if you accumulate chaos. So I'm just gonna ignore that, okay? I'm just a humble farmer tending to my fields. I don't need any chaos. All I need is clicking this right here. Plus 10 movement for all raider bands. Look at that. I love being a raider, man. Oh, and I think we found the Germans. Well, hello there. We got the Swedish. I think they're all mostly in the north. So after we take out the free cities here, I think we're just going to pivot north to destroy whoever is in our way. All right, and now we are attacking our very first city-state. You can see there are some losses here. We straight up lost this warband. This archer routed. This archer is doing well. I love that guy. But yeah, things can be pretty dire, especially if you attack this early on. As soon as we have discipline, it will be significantly easier because then 4 units will be attacking at the same time instead of just 3. But for the time being, I will attack, even if it means we lose, because we generate warfare XP this way, and that is just really significant. We tore down the wall, and next turn, this free city will fall. Alright, and like I said, this is obviously the most important tech right here. We will have them for free. Although I'm looking at it, honestly, we're not running out of money. I think I'm gonna save our points here just so that I can get this. Getting 1.5 attack versus militia units is really gonna help us. Alright, and now that Nice has fallen, I can either take money and get chaos or just turn them into a vassalized territory. I'm gonna do that because wherever you have a vassalized territory, you will be in a position of spawning units, and I mean, that's just perfect. Anyway, if you kill any more non-barbarian units, you will be forced to set the Blood Age as the future. Oh no. Anyway, there you go. I have taken down the second city-state, locking us into the Blood Age crisis. It is beautiful. If our nation controls the future, then it will be one written in blood. Obdorsk and Nice have fallen. We know that we have Paulista up here. We know that we have the Egyptians, the Swedes, and the Germans in the north as well. So basically, that entire area is going to be our next goal. Oh, and you can see this here. We're going to completely miss out on this since I'm not really going to be building. But if you have 2, towns or cities close enough, they will actually do a street that makes it easy for you to just, pass through. That is really good. But again, we're not really going to see all that often. Anyway, let's move on right here. Let's form a town, I think, right there. You can see the street that now goes up to Paulista. Ah, that is magnificent. I could also now spawn a settler, but yeah, that's not happening. By the way, when you conquer a town, be it from a free city or from an actual opponent, they will first become vassals, and you will have to integrate them to properly turn them into your towns. While they are vassals, they will generate income for you primarily, which is really important because, well, you can focus on that, of course, as you play the game. And there it is. It is the dream of every young man to have indeed unlocked discipline, because this will now make it so that I can go ahead and just completely eviscerate everybody with 4 units per army. Ah, God, I do love it. It is a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, and apparently we just suddenly met everybody. I have no idea where they are. Ooh, but it does worry me that they're all in the Age of Bronze now. Listen, this is the normal difficulty. They're not stupid. I have pivoted just to get farming so that my city can keep growing faster. But yeah, we really want to gun for some of these. I think these are the cheapest ones that we can get. And then immediately into the Age of Blood. Just look at that. It's turn 30. We are milliseconds right after we did, well, where we ended up. But I now march towards Paulista, and just these 4 units were capable of taking out this entire settlement in a single attack. Oh my god. Paulista has fallen. I have a bunch of really wounded units. The important part is that we get to this. Once we have plus 20% health gain from victory, I am able to recover health so frequently. It will be unbelievable. I think we're going to basically get this in this camp, and then we start marching towards actually civilization. And this is great. They built this right here, meaning there's a street here. I can just walk and easily crush them. We have found 3 particular people. I don't know exactly where the rest is, so the biggest time crunch issue is whether we can even find our enemies, but let's hope for the best. Alright, I don't love what is going on here. Are you guys like at war or something? Is Egypt at war? No, they're not. They're actually peaceful. Why do both of you have so many troops here? Oh my god. Obviously, I'm gonna attack you. Obviously, I'm gonna destroy you, but Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you? But for the time being, time to collect some warfare XP. Oh my god, I can just attack them and annihilate them. And so, in front of their actual cities, I am completely demolishing them now. I've baited them into attacking a single unit of mine, and all of a sudden, the entire army is gone. Well, almost. And now we have it as well, plus 20% health gain from victory. I think we may be unstoppable. I mean, we gotta test that theory, and the Egyptians are gonna be our first target. Now, since we already declared hostilities, it's now just one step away to actually declaring war. They chose God King Dynasty. They are Egyptians, so they shouldn't really be too great in terms of giving us some pushback against our aggression here. I want to go in with the healthiest units, but then again, honestly, I'm looking at this now. You think I can make this work? This is a tiny town. Maybe I can just attack you and like that is it. I'm gonna attack you with the units that we have, because if these very weakened units actually heal, that would be tremendous. We did win, I can tell you that much. The big question just is how many of mine died? Nobody. And now look at this army, freshly healed. I love Raider gameplay, I really, really do. Yeah, and now that we are actually conquering territory that belongs to other states, you can see right here, we are accumulating chaos. I'm not too worried about this, but I am ordering my archers to actually sit in my capital, because if I lose that, I'm dead. Let's just play it safe. And now this is going to be the very first proper challenge. If we can take Ijatawi, okay, there you go, we will be in a really, really good spot. Can we do it? I'm not sure. I'm going to spawn more raider bands. I mean, you know how this is. Just look how fast they are. This is so disgusting. Either way, we're going to attack, because I need to see the damage that we can do before our raider bands are picking up more XP. You can see these two already have some kind of experience, whereas these are still new. Let's take a look at how this goes. They have barely any defenses, but of course we don't have any archers. Oh, so close. We almost took an 8 population city with walls in the very first attack. It's just so good. Alright, and now that we have researched belief, I'm going to go ahead and hopefully push us into the Age of Blood. Again, in the demo you have 60 rounds, we're at round 37. Every round we will now do massive, massive progress, but ooh, this is gonna be pretty goddamn tight. 23 rounds left. Alright folks, let's take this location right here. I'm gonna do it with our 4-unit army, just because that means we generate more warfare XP, and you know how important that is, right? We killed 4 population, gained a bunch of money, and of course generated a bunch of chaos. Egypt is gone. See you in hell, pal. Now, having done that, I also already registered, of course, the ability to create raiders like this, and I can spawn them in right here. That's why I said having these vassals is going to be huge. And I think we can even do this still in the same turn. Let's declare war here. And oh, we can't quite reach it because these are, of course, hills. Let's hope that they don't have anything to shoot me with, but yeah, we're just gonna march on through here. And there is my favorite friend, Sweden. Time to march in there. Hopefully take them down in one attack. Oh, that would be beautiful, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, we didn't quite make it. Oh, and look at that. They actually have a lookout post, which will damage us significantly more. We did survive, and we did technically win, so we healed again. This is insane. And there goes Sweden. See you in hell, Helsingborg. The big question is now going to be... Nope, they're dead. I thought they might have another settlement somewhere, but nothing. Nope, Sweden is gone. Germany's next. And now that we are conquering this much and are not yet in the Age of Blood, the Age of Blood makes it a lot easier to conquer and not constantly get unrest. This Chaos Invent is giving us a seasoned barbarian in Tlachko. That's not good. But I told you, luckily I saved these fellas right here. The city should be safe. As long as it doesn't fall, we're good. Oh, and I think we are lucky. The Age of Blood is going to become the future in 4 turns, but the Germans are going for the Age of Heroes. I don't think they're faster than us, but let's not risk anything here, okay? We need to wipe them within these couple of turns. I think we got it in us, but yeah. This is closer than I would like to admit. It's time to attack Düsseldorf, or as a good friend of mine says, Düsseldorf. See ya in hell. look at the chaos we bring. It's just beautiful. And this, again, counted as a win, so they healed. I love raiders. All right, and I mean, with Düsseldorf gone, I'm pretty sure... Oh, they just got eliminated because Leipzig was a vassal. Oh, that is so goddamn convenient for us. We killed the Swedes, we killed Germany, we killed Egypt. Japan, Zulu, Greece, Spain. The biggest question now is, where the hell are you? If we can find them, we can defeat them. Alright, so personally, my big suspicion is that there is nothing here in our west, because we haven't seen a single unit that belongs to anybody but us and the people that we conquered in this area. In the north, I'm not entirely certain. I might send a couple of troops up there, but I can already see the coast right here, right? There's one city here that is untouched. At this point, that normally means that there's no AI up there. Leipzig used to be German. I can't see any road connection going off of it, so I suspect that there's nothing lying out further there either. I think we're going to be looking like basically in this entire... I gotta edit that so that you can see the map, but I think in this entire area is where we are going to go forwards looking for the actual enemies that remain. Let's hope that I get lucky, because again, it's already turned 43. Oh, and look who we found. Who is this? This is Spain right here. Now, I could declare hostilities and then we go to war, but we don't actually need to do this, because in a meager, what is this, 2 turns, we will be reaching the Age of Blood. And during that age, everybody is at war with literally everybody anyway. So I just need to be close enough. We have more raiders coming our way here, so these definitely won't be on their own. I just need to find out where the actual city is. I think it is like right over there. Okay, we know where we need to attack, we just don't have enough troops there yet. Alright, and now I will be doing something cheeky. Since we know there are enemies here and I need my troops down there as soon as possible, I'm going to use our cultural power to basically just create a roadway, right? If we take a look at this, I create this town and all of a sudden a road has been formed. And that road will make it a lot easier for me to actually get down there. And then within the next turn, or maybe within the next 2 turns, we will be able to just move in and hopefully eliminate them. Yep, look at that. We have Sevilla right here. I think we can easily take that. They don't even have walls. And then right here we have the orange player, who is the Zulu. So we know of at least Spain and the Zulu. Greece and Japan, still a mystery, but we are making good time. And so we enter the final age of this playthrough, and with that our most important age. This right here is the Age of Blood. The map turns red and every single nation on the map will be at war with each other, which is really valuable for us, because that means they will infight and we will just be able to march into their actual borders. Unrest from war is disabled and chaos gained from conquering regions is reduced by 50%. I'm gonna be honest with you, we will generate basically infinite chaos. We are generating 54 right now, so I'm just gonna eat it. It is what it is. Now, being in this new age also means that we can choose a new government. Our current government is this one right here, so we're talking about everything going on with tribes, and honestly, it's not that useful for us anymore. We could gun for a peaceful revolution, which is a cultural power, if you have indeed finished your government track, which we have, or we could just immediately do a violent revolution, which gives us more chaos, but... yeah, again, we already have infinite chaos. I'm gonna go with this and just, you know, take the chaos and... now I'm looking at this. Is there anything that we really care about here? Kingdom, just for the record, is mostly meant for when you have a ton of vassals, which we do. Whereas imperial power is, or dynasty, is meant if you really want to build up your dynasty, and with that, multiple territories. The issue just is that I don't care about any of the benefits until we hit them, like, all the way over here. I still think I'm gonna go with Kingdom just because we can, but... hey, honestly, this just doesn't matter that much for us. What does matter, on the other hand, is this right here, Brutality. Melee units gain 250% attack against siege targets. Yeah, if we ever need that, then this will definitely be useful. I would hope already to be done when we get this, but let's see how it goes. Oh, and look at that. We have found catapult units by the Japanese, which means they might be nearby. I can see up there that this is ocean, so like, we're not going to bother going there. Is it behind this? And by the way, this is an insane location right here. If we were playing a long con game, then this is something that we need just to be able to generate all of these materials. But for the time being, let's just destroy the Japanese units here and hope that we can actually just, you know, find their troops. And yeah, you can see the chaos events keep coming in, but honestly, oh no, we're worse at producing things in a capital in which we aren't producing anything. who cares? Much more importantly, it is time to knock down Sevilla. And that was just, it's just gorgeous to see this just happen in one fell swoop. Oh, and do you see that what I am seeing? I see purple borders. I think, yeah, we found the second city and last city of Spain. I'm just gonna rush in there and take that immediately if we can. And actually, to support this, let's spawn in some local raiders as well. I think having 2 bands down here will be great to clean this up and then immediately turn around. The bigger question now that we know where Spain and the Zulu are, yep, that's the Zulu, is where the hell actually is Japan? Oh my god, look at all these resources. This actually is disgusting. What the hell? This is so good. Ooh, and I am... Yeah, they already had troops in this location, so we were not able to conquer it, not even close to it. Luckily, we do have this unit standing by right here. I will just go ahead and generate more raiders. It will keep us safe. Okay, this would be a clear loss. Yeah, we will now have basically just a secondary army here, which should be really, really useful going forward. Barcelona needs to fall, then we can turn around. And oh my god, I found Japan. So basically, we have down here Spain and the Zulu, and then up here Japan. The only person missing is Greece. Where the hell is Greece? We are on turn 51. I think it took me, what, 3 turns to get Barcelona, and I lost an entire army. But honestly... that was worth it, because now Spain has been eliminated. We're looking at Japan, who are currently assaulting Zulu and Greece. Greece is the only thing that worries me. I have full confidence that we can eliminate the other 2, because we know where they are. But with Greece, that is going to be a bit more rough, I think. We have taken down Sapporo as well. Only Kyoto, I think, remains as the Japanese province. Yep, they only have 1 region left, so if we take Kyoto, they are cooked. It's looking good in the north. Still, no sign of Greece. Oh, and I hate seeing this. They have so many troops right here in position to harm us. We gotta be very cautious about how we do this here. This is a tiny town, you can tell just by how small the radius around it is, but this right here is a well-defended, incredibly big town. I might not even want to attack into them right away. The Japanese here, on the other hand, look like a really easy and good target for us. Yes, it will cost us, etc, etc, but I think all in all, we should be fine. Okay, perfect. We took the smaller one thanks to the southern army that came to our aid here, of course. Now we can actually heal our units here, and we can spawn in more if necessary. The big question here for sure is I'm going to attack just for the actual military XP points here. The big question is whether I can get this army to come out so that I can fight them out in the open and then attack the city separately. Again, I do want to mention the really bad news is I still have no idea where the Greeks are. But I can tell you where the Japanese aren't, and that is on Earth. We have gotten rid of them. This now means it's really only these 2. And we are, what is this, 7 turns away. 60, again, turn 60 will be our very last turn. So, it's gonna be pretty close. And you know what's actually going to be very useful? Brutality here. Because then I can attack these cities much more easily. I get it in 1 turn. I think we got a shot now at taking down these cities with minimal casualties. And oh my god, I think it actually happened. I'm pretty sure they just withdrew their troops here from the city of Guaducusa, making it so maybe I can go ahead and actually just take them out here in the open and completely eviscerate them. Right, I'm gonna start attacking. Look who I found. Look who I found. The Greeks. Okay, they are in between. I'm not sure whether these units are gonna be enough. Alright, let's analyze this a little. They clearly pulled out the troops from this right here, and they have tons of troops now standing around. I need to just push in here, because we now know where our last opponents are. I need to finish you off, and then we can finish off the Greeks. I think Delphi is a really easy target to, you know, actually take. Then we spawn in more barbarians here, and push into whatever this is over there. I'm gonna start out, I think, by pushing this unit back. I don't think we're gonna eliminate them, but hopefully can at the very least make sure that, you know, we get some more tiles for ourselves. Oh, we didn't actually push them. I'm so uncertain. Should I just attack the city? I don't think so. I think I want to eliminate their troops. I need to make sure that I have enough fighting capacity to actually take them down. Oh yeah, and check this out. Because we are in a particular age, we also get very specific things. This right here is the Skull Tower. On build, +1 border vision, exploration XP, and so on. Interesting. Capital attack 40 sounds really great, but yeah, again, I'm just destroying everybody. I'm not building. And now we attack. And we're getting this massive bonus. Do remember that to attacking siege equipment. And I mean, Jesus Christ. Look at how we just demolished that wall. That city will fall in this round so much faster than I thought it was possible. But it's gone. 5 population killed. And of course, player 6 eliminated. You love to see it. And now with roughly 4 rounds to go, the last one remaining are the Greeks. And I think we have that. I mean, look at that. Delphi falls with 1 single attack. And now that we have Delphi, you guessed it, I can spawn more raiders here. I love spawning raiders. It is the best thing anybody could do. Oh yeah, and here we now have Olympia, and they have plenty of troops standing around. That is pretty risky here for us. I'm gonna move 1 more troop in here. Okay, the first thing that I will be doing here is I will crush this unit right here. I want to essentially get rid of Cyrene, so the town of this regional capital, and only then will we push further. I hate that they have this really strong army nearby. I hope that I can pull them out of there by baiting them into attacking me, since I am, of course, vandalizing their area. But it's gonna be tough. This is going to be a difficult fight just because they are slowly catching up with the actual quality of fighting that comes with our barbarians. Do keep in mind, every fight we do makes it so that I can create more and more raiders. And the huge benefit of burning down this town, it can be rebuilt just for the record, but the huge benefit of this effectively is that I can now withdraw after attacking here, heal my units, since I can't heal them in enemy territory, but I can do it in neutral territory, and then just push again in. I don't think I want to attack this turn. I want to wait at the very least 1 more turn. Oh, but we can actually create more raiders right here. That is just beautiful. Let's park them here and pull them in starting in the next turn. And man, this is a race against the clock, and the clock is not nice to us. We have this huge forest and these massive hills in front of us to reach Olympia from the south, meaning all these units here, these 3 big armies, aren't gonna arrive on time. We need to start pushing, and this is a terrible fight. We lost 3 units. Oh my god. We lost 3 units. I'm gonna pull these out of enemy territory for just 1 moment, heal them, and then move them in and attack. It's still gonna be a really bad fight. But I gotta keep coming, otherwise this is already a lost challenge. Man, and the southern units are so fast, maybe they can actually get maybe 1 attack in. I mean, it's the last turn in the next turn, but this unit is in such a good position. I think it can make it all the way to Olympia, and it might just be what we need. And oh my god. These sons of guns have actually tried to outmaneuver us. Look at that. They incorporated Birmingham, so you can do that to vassal states. Like I mentioned, right? You can integrate them, and they did it on the second to last turn that I have to win this challenge. It is such good goddamn luck that I brought these up here. I need to strengthen these units right here because they will be our main attacking force. These units are gonna go down here. Yep, they can still attack. I'm gonna bring you out. I'm gonna heal these units right here as well. Then we're gonna move them close to Olympia together with you. And now here comes the big challenge. These units cannot reach Birmingham. That's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. They can, on the other hand, reach Olympia. So that's exactly what you're gonna do. Now these units right here, Birmingham. We may have a shot at this. Okay, we need to win both cities in this turn. Alright, let's try Birmingham. I have a good feeling about this. I think this is doable. I can even do ourselves a little bit of a favor. Nothing significant. But if I spawn in a scout right here, we get 1 extra unit of aggression. So better than nothing, right? Better than nothing indeed. Alright, they don't have walls. They do have these right here. They're good. But their line units are basically gone. I think we have Birmingham. We have Birmingham. Let's go. Okay. 1 city to go. Olympia needs to fall. Oh my god, I am so scared. Let's see how this goes, okay? We just need to take down their really good units. The walls are obviously gone because of the bonus that we have. I think we have this. I would be surprised if... Come on. Ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between, folks, Greece has been eliminated. Take a look at this. They are all gone. And with that, I end my turn. Turn 60 is over. And believe it or not, we have succeeded. Victory for the Aztecs is in the book. I believe this is the world record for winning a Millennia game. If you believe that you can do better than myself, then go ahead and play the game starting on the 5th, I believe, when the Steam Next Fest starts, where you can also play up to turn 60, which is exactly what we just did. God bless America, God bless the Aztecs, and I'll see you later, alligator.